On the 4th of May, better known as May the 4th be with you for all my Star Wars fans out there, the Kansas City Chiefs lightsabers was swinging all over Camden Yards, knocking the ball to left field alley, to the right field alley, and they annihilate the Baltimore Orioles 11-6, set a franchise record for home runs, and win the series and prevent the Orioles from having a winning homestand as they get ready to hit the road. It's the official Baltimore Orioles postgame show. You know the drill. God's favorite host, yours truly. Make sure you swing for the fences like the Royals were doing today. It's May the 4th be with you. Star Wars. Hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and leave us a thumbs up. It helps us get into the YouTube algorithm so other Orioles fans and baseball fans can find out about this. And hit the bell to know when we're live and new videos drop. And of course, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Are the Orioles going to be able to turn it around? 13-20, 8-9 at home. Let's get into it here on the Baltimore Orioles post game show. Michael Garcia hit 2 of Kansas City's franchise record 7 home runs. A rare long ball barrage from the Royals enabled the Royals to beat the Baltimore Orioles 11-6, winning the series on Sunday. Let's go back to game 1 on Friday. 3-0. The Orioles got the win. This game was led by the Ryan O'Hearn 2-run home run, and Emmanuel Rivera had a single. So Orioles pitched a shutout. Felix Batista got his 6th saved, 1 inning pitched, a strikeout. Michael Wacha fell to 1-4, but Dean Kramer was fantastic. Dean Kramer, every time the Orioles need a big performance from him, or the Orioles need a big win, or the Orioles need a elongated pitching performance of a pitcher going deep into the game, Dean Kramer provided that. I always think back to the Atlanta game about 2 years ago where he kind of changed the trajectory of his career, turned his career around because he was going to be on the potential to be sent back down to Norfolk. And that could have been the end of Dean Kramer in Baltimore. He turns it around against one of the best teams in the league at the time, does it again, 7 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. Big ups to Dean Kramer on Friday's performance. Saturday, it was pretty much a rain delay, and it was the other way for the Orioles after barely scoring any runs on Friday. Because I was like, well, yeah, 3 runs is good and all, but you're not going to get 7 innings and no runs often, especially with this pitching staff. But it was a rain delay on Saturday. The Orioles didn't bring their bats with them. They were, I guess, washed out as well. They lost 4-0. Sagano wasn't terrible. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned, 4 strikeouts, 2 walks. Bubic was better though. 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 strikeouts as well. Pasquantino had a home run. Isabel had a home run. Biggio had a home run. So, 3 solo home runs, and then Garcia had a single in the 4th. Garcia had a hell of a series for the Royals. Then we get to today. So, hey, the Orioles still had a chance to win this series. You win on Friday, you lose on Saturday. Okay, you can come back and win the series. Have a 4-3 homestand. You now have a 3-3 or 4-2 homestand, excuse me, because it was a 6-game homestand. You'd win 2 out of 3 against the Yankees, could have won 2 out of 3 against the Royals. Would have been 4-2. Now they're only 3-3 after today's 11-6 loss, as I mentioned. Let's get into it. As I mentioned, we know Garcia hit 2 of the home runs, their franchise record, 7 home runs. Bobby Witt Jr. broke a 5-5 tie in the 7th inning as Yunier Cano, who took the loss, and Vinny Pasquantino with a long drive in the right center field, one of those home runs. Cano had not allowed a run in 12 outings this season, in his previous 12 outings. So he was pitching very, very well. Jonathan India, Luke Miley, and Michael Massey also hit home runs. Massey's 9th inning shot set the club record for home runs in a game. Kansas City was at the bottom of the league with only 18 home runs in their first 34 games. It hadn't hit as many as 6 in a game since 2020. Got to give love to Jackson Holliday. He was the Orioles' offensive MVP even in the loss. He went deep twice, left on left matchup. first career multi-home run game. Ryan O'Hearn continued swinging a hot stick as well as Cedric Mullins as they both had solo home runs. Let's get to Kyle Gibson. This is his second start. We know how terrible he was against the Yankees. He battled. He battled. Now, obviously, his stuff doesn't seem to be there quite yet. He's obviously not able to go deep into the game like we may have wanted. But 3 runs and 5 hits in 4 innings. He gave his offense a chance to lift him up and compete. So he's not maybe going to be blowing people away. He's going to have to battle, and it doesn't seem like his stuff right now is where it needs to be. And maybe it will get better. So, hey, the first start was just abysmal. The next start was a drastic improvement, in my opinion, because he gave up 4 first inning home runs to the Yankees and only pulled in the fourth after giving up 9 runs and 11 hits. So they're saying maybe this is like 2021 where he had a terrible start and really turned it around and had a strong ERA. Now, like I said, you would like him to go a little deeper into the game, but he battled, missed some pitches. Once again, the umpires on both sides are terrible in baseball. We got to fix the strike zone because there was a lot of bad calls on both sides, and it just does not help the game. Speaking of which, Michael Lorenzen, his 100th career start, he gave up a career high 4 home runs and pulled in the fifth. The 4 home runs equal the total he gave up in his previous 6 starts this season. Angel Zerpa, 2-0 now, gave up 1 run in 1 2/3 innings to earn the win. I think the difference in the game was the Kansas City bullpen only gave up 1 run, and the Orioles bullpen gave up, 8 runs, I believe. So they were the better of the two. They came in with like a 13-inning scoreless streak. They did give up a run, but Baltimore did score twice and had the tying run in the eighth with no outs in the eighth when Lucas Urquick entered the game and got 3 straight outs. Yeah, this was a big time moment in the game. Baltimore scored, had a time run at the plate, no outs, and then they just got 3 straight outs. Kobe Mayo, Kerstead, nothing to show for it yet again. Kansas City took 2 of the first 3 for its first regular season win in Baltimore since 2014. They won the season series from the Orioles 4-2 for the first time since 2018. We know how they've been beating our ass in the playoffs. 2014, this past year, not even getting a win have the Orioles, and the Orioles have swept them both times. Cole Reagans, the Orioles missed him. He will start Monday against the White Sox. They got 4 against him. The Orioles will hit the road for 6. Minnesota and Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. I actually thought this would be a big swing game because I said if the Orioles can win this, win their second consecutive series, 4-2 at the homestand, you get the Twins who are struggling, and you get the Angels who are struggling. Mike Trout is banged up. Cade Povich will take the mound, 1-2, 5.16. He pitched well his last start, and he's been battling over his last few starts. Faces Minnesota on the road Tuesday night. So there you have it there. Let us get to the overall aspect of it there as we see looking at the game here. Let's pull up the box so you guys can see with me real quick. We had some, like I said, you see the Royals there. They pretty much were really, really good. India 2 for 5, Witt 2 for 5, Pasquantino 3 for 5, Perez 2 for 5, Garcia 3 for 5, as we mentioned, Massey 1 for 5, Renfroe 1 for 5, Waters 1 for 5, or 2 for 5, and Manley 1 for 3. Lorenzen, he gave up the most runs, but Cruz, nothing. Zerpa only gave up 1 run. Urquick, he came in, shut the door, and Clark as well for the Royals pretty much shut the door. Zerpa goes to 2-0. Cano falls to 0-1. As mentioned, he was pretty spotless. He ain't given up any runs in his previous 12 outings, as you can see the scoring summary there. Garcia's home run, Holiday home run, Rutschman with a nice double, but he ended up only 1 for 5. Gunnar Henderson did continue his hit streak with his hit early in the game, and now with the 9-game hit streak, so Gunnar seems to be turning it around. And honestly, the offense did what you wanted them to do today. This loss falls on the pitching staff. This loss falls on the bullpen. They fell apart. Cano giving up those 2 runs was crucial and pivotal, and they couldn't keep the ball in the ballpark. 17 hits. You can't give up 11 runs and 17 hits. You're not going to win many games. 7 home runs. Can't keep the ball in the ballpark. The Orioles had 11 hits, 4 home runs, 27 total bases, and actually left 7 guys on base. But if you would have told me, hey, the Orioles are going to get 6 runs today, I would have said, hey, they should win this game. They should win this game 6-4, 6-3, 6-5. But Kyle Gibson should be able to give them 5 innings, give up 3 or 4 runs, and they should be able to win this game. Unfortunately, that's not the case. They leave runners on the base yet again. Couldn't get guys home with no outs. And like I said, Kansas City, pretty much one of the worst or the actual worst hitting home run team in the major leagues. And what do they do coming to Camden Yards? What do they do facing the Orioles? They get hits, they get home runs, and they have their most home runs in franchise history. So that's pretty much that. As you can see, Minnesota is 15-20. So I mean, they have a better record technically than the Orioles. So yeah, they're struggling, but do you have confidence that the Orioles are going to go in there and take 2 out of 3? I don't know. And we don't know who's pitching on Wednesday for the Orioles. We can't forget that as well because they pushed Dean Kramer back a start. So we know it's going to be Povich Tuesday. We don't know Wednesday. And then we know Kramer on Thursday for the finale. Then they go to Los Angeles. So I'm guessing that's where we'll probably see what Sagano maybe and then Gibson again. So I don't know. But on the good news, Zach Eflin today did return. He was back. He made his rehab start in single A ball with the Iron Birds today, as did Andrew Kittredge. So Kittredge is on his way back, as is Eflin prayerfully. So that is wonderful news to hear for the Orioles because they need as many reinforcements as they can get. Ramon Urias is now on the IL along with Jordan Westberg, Tyler O'Neill. How about getting Kittredge and potentially Zach Eflin? I think Eflin. I think Eflin had like four innings today. So it is what it is. Brian Baker allowed 2 home runs today as well, and it is what it is. But at 21 years, 151 days old, Jackson Holliday is the third youngest Oriole with a multi-home run game behind Manny Machado and Boog Powell. So there you go. There. Uh, let's pull up the if I can pull up the home run here. Let me see if I can pull that up for you guys. The home run from Holiday, as you can see. Let me see. There we go, and we'll play it there. As you can see, Holiday with a beautiful home run. It'll play again, but had a beautiful swing. As you can see, this was the one in the bottom of the fourth. I believe he hit one over 400 feet. The other was like 373 feet. So he has some power, and he's hitting very well as of late. The baseball. So let's be patient with Jackson Holiday. I think they've done a good job bringing him along. Good to see him hit a lefties, and that is beautiful yet again because that is much needed. And yeah, he is on fire. He's on fire. He was 10 for 25 after that in his last 9 games and 13 for 38 in his last 14 as well. So there you go. There you have it. And that's pretty much that. And Chase McDermott is heading back to AAA Norfolk after being reinstated from the 15-day IL. So that is good also for the Orioles. So more reinforcements. He's their number one pitching prospect as well. Eflin, I think, had 4 innings, and I think Kittredge had 1 inning and a hit. So they may be working their way back as well. So I'm hopeful, very very hopeful for what this team could be. Unfortunately, Charlie Morton just looks like he's just done. No matter what they try to do, no matter how they try to use him, starter, bullpen, middle relief, it's just not doing well. It's just not doing well for him. It's just not. It's just not. It didn't work out. It's a fail, and that's what it is. Trevor Rogers also had a rehab start as well. 3 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 4 strikeouts. So fastball topped out at 92.8. So it is what it is. And yeah, like I said, Chance McDermott is optioned to AAA Norfolk. Now he will be a part of the Tides rotation as well. So it is what it is. We did see Jordan Westberg taking some ground balls today before the game as well. So we'll see. We'll see. And we'll see what happens. I mean, we thought this could be a swing game. The Royals pretty much asserted their will, asserted their dominance on May the 4th, and they have defeated the Baltimore Orioles 11-6. And the Orioles will now hit the road for 6 games, winnable games, because the schedule lightens up a little bit. They got road against the Twins, West Coast trip against the Angels, and they even got the Nationals this month as well. So some winnable games. Let's see what they can do over the next 10 to 15 games, and in the month of May to potentially get back on track. But They lose today, fall to 13-20, 8-9 at home. Royals, congrats to you. Franchise record in home runs, one of the least amount of home runs in the league, the least. I thought they would empower this offseason, maybe go after Anthony Santander. He would fit beautiful in that lineup, but they didn't. But they're homegrown. They can manufacture runs, and they got the long ball working, and their pitching and bullpen is on. They are a legitimate contender. I thought them and the Tigers were the two best teams in the Central. But as you see, Cleveland right now is right there hanging around. They don't die either. But I thought Detroit and Kansas City were the two best teams in the Central. I think we'll see how that plays out. Bobby Witt's a stud. Pasquantino Garcia did his thing. The pitching and bullpen, like I said, is consistent as well. But make sure you subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button. Any like helps us out. It pushes us to the YouTube algorithm so other Orioles fans and other baseball fans can find out about the great work we do here on the Flex Zone. And leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the season, your thoughts on the upcoming road trip, and what are you looking forward to seeing from this team now 13-20 through 33 games. We still got a long way to go. We're not going to panic yet. We're going to see how May plays out. Unfortunately, April did not give the projected 20 plus wins that I wanted to see, but we'll see what happens. Minnesota, LA, and then the Nationals as well. Could have had a 4-2 homestand, maybe build some momentum. Only a 3-3 homestand. Take 2 out of 3 from the Yankees and lose 2 out of 3 to the Royals. God's favorite host signing off. Let me know your thoughts down below. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and comment down below. We'll be back with more Orioles content this week as they head to Minnesota.
I don't